Okay, so we're going to do single point perspective right now. We are going to need a piece of 18 by 24 paper. You're going to need your 24-inch steel ruler. You're going to need your pencil. You're probably going to need an eraser. So we're going to have all that stuff here. We're going to start off by making a horizontal line parallel to the top and bottom of your page. So we're going to draw that line on here. And that line is going to be called our horizon line. And it's also called our eye level. We're going to put a point right here in the middle, and this is called our vanishing point. So we're going to start by putting a rectangle in the corner here, and the sides of the rectangle need to be parallel to the sides of the paper, top and bottom of the rectangle parallel to the top and bottom of the paper. The hardest thing about this is making sure your lines are parallel and that they're matching up with the edges of your page. So now I have my box. I have a flat shape. I have a rectangle that's going to turn into a box. Okay, so we're going to go from these three corners to the vanishing point. Okay, so we have something that looks like that. And now we're going to define the back of our box. So we're going to draw a line here that's going to be parallel to this one, parallel to the eye level, parallel to the top and bottom of the paper. And then the side of the box. So we're going to need to make sure this is parallel to the sides of the page. And there you have a box in single point perspective. So these are guidelines. We could erase those. And in the future, we don't really even need to put those in there, just so you can see exactly what's happening with that. So now I'm going to put some other rectangles on here, and we're going to turn those into boxes. So I'll put one here. Put one here. While I'm doing this, just give you some background, perspective. This was invented, we believe, at the time of the Renaissance. We believe the person that came up with this was a guy named Filippo Brunelleschi, and he was an architect and a mathematician, and he did sculpture and things like that. It was a way of showing the illusion of depth on a two-dimensional plane. Before that, we have what was seen as what we call observed perspective. In observed perspective, you can see that in Roman wall paintings, but it isn't actual single point linear perspective like you're learning right now. Okay, so I've got 4 boxes here, 4 rectangles. We will turn them into boxes. Now the thing you need to remember when you're doing a single point perspective drawing is that there are 3 kinds of lines that you're making. You're making horizontal lines, you're making vertical lines, and you're making angles, but the angles always go to the vanishing point. They don't go anywhere else. So with this box, lining up there, and this one's right on our eye level. So you can see like that. This one above our eye level. There are drafting tools you can use that make this a lot easier. You could use a drawing board with a T-square. You don't have those things unless you're in a drafting class probably. I didn't ask you to buy that, but that would be ideal. If you were going to go into interior design or something, that would be a good thing to invest in. And there's our box, and then this one, long one. So now we're going to have 4 solid boxes, but what we're going to do now is we are going to open up the surfaces of the box so that you can see inside the box. So we're going to open up this surface of this box so that we'll be looking into it. We're going to open up the side here, so we'll be looking this way. We'll be opening up the bottom of the box on this side, looking up into it. And then on this one, we'll be opening that side, okay? So to open the side of the box, the first thing we need to do is we've got a corner here that's going to be exposed. It's going to go from that corner to the vanishing point. I would draw that line. Until I got to the roof of the box, I would stop. But it would actually stop before I got to that point. What's going to happen is I'm going to go from this corner straight down. It's going to intersect with that. This line is called an orthogonal line. And then where it intersects with that line, then I'm going to draw a horizontal that should intersect with that corner. And I erased a little bit. There. So the thing that you need to remember, and this is obvious, but all edges correspond to corners, so you have to know where the corners are. So I'm going to drop the vertical down here, so it would be coming from that point, but it's covered up because that's the roof of the box. And then here. Should line up with that corner, but because we are not using drafting tools, it might not quite. So there you can see you've got inside wall, outside wall, floor, back of the box, top of the box. On this one, we're going to open up this side, so we're going to have this corner here. Now the only kind of line you could draw from that corner is a horizontal line. I'm going to draw it as far as I think I need it, making sure that I'm parallel to my eye level. And then from this corner to the vanishing point, it'll intersect with that line, then we're going to come straight down. So this one, it looks a little bit weird. And sometimes things, first time you're doing this, it'll look strange. But here you can see the outside, inside, this would be the back wall, and this would be the ceiling of the box. Okay, this one, we're just gonna go straight up from this corner. And this box I made deep, so I won't see the ceiling of the box like I did here. But let's make it so that I can see the ceiling of the box. So to do that, I'm going to have to make this box shallower. So I'm just going to do that right now. So we're changing the dimensions of the box. Normally I'm doing this on a dry erase board, and it's a lot easier to make corrections. Okay, so you're going to see this is going to go now from this corner to the vanishing point. So we're making it shallow. You'll see why in a second. Okay, there you go. So now, because this box is so shallow, I'm going to see the ceiling of it. So I'm going to come down from this corner to the vanishing point. It's going to intersect with that vertical. And then this is going to go straight across and come to that corner there. And that gets erased. And now you can see I've got the front, back, inside, outside, ceiling. All right, this one, we'll just open up this side. So it's going to be horizontal lines straight through. Coming this way. And this way. I believe this is all we're going to see on this one. So you're just going to see the outside, inside, floor, ceiling. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to put more boxes in here. And ultimately what we're going to have, what you're going to turn into me, is going to be 18 open boxes. So you have 4 already. So you need to make 14 more. Okay? So 14 more open boxes within this page, all using the same vanishing point and all using vertical lines, horizontal, and angles to the vanishing point. Okay, so if you're making an angle that doesn't go to that vanishing point, it's not right. All right? Easy. Anyone can do it.